Dakdakan na with Mora and EU. Hello everyone. Mga ka-basketbolero at basketbolera namin dyan. Kamusta kayong lahat? Hope na okay tayong lahat. Hindi na namin sasabihin kung anong araw today, pero Thursday today. So, Yu, kamusta ka naman?
Okay naman. Medyo inuubo pero ito, dami-daming ganap sa mundo ng Philippine basketball na siyang magiging topic natin ngayong araw. At para pag-usapan yung mga kaganapan na yun, ano ba ang gagawin natin ngayon, Mora?
Bukod sa uubo ka, kasi inuubo ka bro, meron tayong segment na tinatawag nating dakdak o laklak. So ano ba yung dakdak o laklak? So basically, pag-uusapan natin each topic na nangyari sa Philippine basketball or even world basketball. And then pag-uusapan natin kung dakdak ba siya, which is good news, o laklak ba siya, mapapainom ka dahil bad news siya.
So ano ba ang pinakauna natin pag-uusapan? Dapat ang una natin pag-uusapan was yung UAAP. Pero matapos nga yung huling game kahapon, naganap ang isang kaganapan na hindi natin inaasahan. Umasa tayo pero hindi natin inasahan na grabe. Tinalo ng Gilas Pilipinas ang China 77-76 sa semifinals ng Asian Games. Because of the heroics of Justin Brownlee. And as a Philippine fan, dakdak o laklak.
Ano ba para sa'yo, pare? Feeling ko naman consensus to eh. Consensus to eh. Yeah, hindi natin pinangalan ng dakdakan podcast to para hindi tayo dumakdak dito sa news na to, pare. Ito, I think mas pag-usapan natin later, pero it's been a while na nakarating ang Gilas dito sa at least dun sa finals game ng Asian Cup or Asian Cup ng Asian Games.
It's the first time that they make the finals since 1990.
Hindi pa ako buhay nun, bro. Lalo ka rin. And I'm sure marami sa viewers natin kung either hindi pa rin buhay nun o mga bata pa lang.
O hindi na maalala. And it's a chance to
ngayon mga naglalaro nun, hindi na rin nila sobrang maalala. Sobrang tagal na nun eh.
It's a chance to go for the first gold since 1962. And we have to thank, of course, the man of the moment, Justin Brownlee.
Yes.
Who finished with 33 points, but nothing more crucial than the last 5 3-pointers in the fourth quarter. He didn't miss from 3, including the last 2 daggers that overturned a 5-point lead, which ended up being a 1-point lead for the Philippines. And if nung 2002, which is the last time na umabot tayo ng semis, they got Korea made the most out of the Philippines missing 2 free throws care of Coach Olsen Rasela. This time, we made the most of...
Huwag na yun, bro. Huwag na ipaalala, masakit pa rin hanggang ngayon yung kay Coach Olsen. Sigurado ako.
Pinapaalala natin para lalo nating ma-enjoy kung ano yung nangyari kahapon. Kasi kung noon si Olsen yung sumablay ngayon, si Zhao Ziwei, he missed 2 crucial free throws when they were up by, I guess, 9 points. And that led to the end push of Gilas Pilipinas.
Shout out muna dun sa owner ng photo na to, na isend lang sa amin. So kung sino ka man, credits to you. Hindi namin gustong nakawin yung photo. Pero yun, comment ka na lang sa baba kung ikaw yung nag-post nito. Yun.
Yun. And to be honest, yung 2002, yun talaga yung pinakaunang beses na nanood ako ng Philippines in the international stage. And sobrang heartbroken ko talaga nung pag-uwi ko na, talo pala Pilipinas sa Korea. Kaya it's nice na after 21 years ay na-exercise na yung demons nun. So, kung dakdak naman ito para sa ating mga Pinoy fans and we look forward to seeing the gold medal game tomorrow, ay mapapalaklak ka lang talaga kung sinusuportahan mo yung China.
Totoo naman. Kasi nakita nila na hindi lang Jordan Clarkson yung meron sa atin. Meron din tayong Justin Noipy kung tawagin niya. So, it was on full display lalo na ng fourth quarter. Yung puso ni Justin Brownlee, kung paano siya in-embrace na niya yung pagka-Pinoy niya. Baka nga dapat Justin Kayumanggi na siya, hindi na Brownlee, pare.
But, you have to feel for, well, hindi naman tayo nakawa sa China. Kasi kita nyo naman, for them, parang mas malala pa na natalo yung basketball team kumpara sa lahat na napanalunan nilang gold medal. And I can blame them. Parang home court nila, Yao Ming as one of the heads of their basketball program, and to lead by as much as 21 points to end up losing such a crucial game. Talagang mas malala pa to dun sa talo ng World Cup nung few weeks ago. Kasi yun, home court natin. Ito, home court nila. Tapos talo sila.
Pero bro, as much as I feel it for the Chinese fans, sabi nga ng Pussycat Dolls, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. You just might get it. You just might get it. Kasi pare, hindi naman sila talaga yung matchup natin nung una eh. Na-adjust yung matchups
bracket
cater to another Philippines versus China or a rematch of Philippines versus China. So yun, be careful what you wish for because you just might get it. You just might get it. You just might get it.
Ayan. As much as yun nga, tatalo sila sa Pilipinas, and yun nga, napahiya sila. I think kung matalo sila sa bronze medal game sa Chinese Taipei of all teams, ay mas lalong malala yung magiging backlash.
Totoo naman. Pare, first time na yung Chinese Taipei yung mananakop sa China kung sakali.
Well, natalo sila sa Taipei noong 2013 sa FIBA Asia Cup. But if they lose now on their home floor, wala. All bets are off.
Shout out
mas lalong magte-trending yun.
Puso.
Ayan. So, we hope na this pushes Gilas to an even better performance against Jordan tomorrow, 8 p.m. Sana makabawi sila kay Alpha Mart Kobe o kay
The Black Mamba.
Yan, sana makabawi bukas, and yun, para madagdagan din yung golds ng Philippines sa Asian Games. So,
pero what do you think are the chances in terms of us being able to beat Jordan this time around?
There's most definitely a chance. Pangit lang talaga nung simula nung group stage game, and I expect them to come out better knowing what the stakes are and knowing that they've faced this team before, and hopefully they figure out what it takes to get the W and the gold.
Tsaka ito na yung perfect time para bumawi si Brownlee kay RHJ. Alam naman natin na sa PBA sila yung lagi magkaduelo, and last time around nanalo si RHJ. So actually even dito, last time around nanalo ulit si RHJ. So Justin, kaya mo yan, bro.
And gusto ko lang din bigyan ng props si Scottie Thompson. Underappreciated, pero he was the only other player to score double figures, and he played all but 2 minutes of the game. Si Brownlee nga, 9 seconds lang nagpahinga. So, shout out to the reigning PBA MVP, Scottie Thompson. He was hated during his stint in the World Cup, pero I guess itong competition na Asian Games, pinapakita niya na talagang deserve niyang maging member ng Philippine team. So, shout out to Scottie.
Justin Brownlee, 9 seconds lang nagpahinga. Hanggang ngayon, hindi pa siya nagpahinga, bro. Pero, it's if I could also give a shout out, yung 3 players that were actually hated just a game prior, sila raw yung nagpahabol sa Iran, sabi rin ng mga mga viewers. But then again, bumawi sila kagabi. And
Sino-sino
sige,
tong
mamaya
mga
na
to?
natin pagkaluhan, pero yung 3 players are Kevin Alas, Ange Kwame, and um, sino isa? Nakalimutan ko.
Si Calvin ba?
Calvin, pare. Si Calvin of God.
Ah,
Sorry.
laking
So these were the players na hindi masyado nag-perform during the Iran game. Pero kahapon, pare, grabe yung galaw nung Alas. Hindi mo alam saan niya hinuhugot kasi sobrang hindi siya yung normal na moves na ginagawa ng basket. Para siyang si Almon Vosotros na hindi mo alam saan nanggagaling matira. Pero effective.
And sa 8 tres ng Pilipinas kahapon, yung isa galing kay Kevin Alas, tas sa fourth quarter pa.
Oo.
Tapos, yun nga, crucial yung 5 points niya nung fourth. Si Calvin, crucial yung isang steal niya nung huli. Napigil nila, and which led to the first of the last 2 threes of Brownlee. And si Ange, kita kahapon towards the end game na overmatched or hirap sa depensa si Japet and si Junmar. But Ange, we're lucky to have Ange there as the anchor in the end. And siya rin yung nag-set ng inverted screen para malibre si Justin
Yep.
for the last 3. So, kudos to them. So,
yes. So, alas at last. Yun lang.
sinundan lang niya yung yapak ng kapatid niya na binuhat
Oo,
din tayo
pare.
ng ano. So, again, now that we've talked about Gilas, ano ba yung mga pag-uusapan natin? Yung dapat natin pag-usapan talaga bago
Well,
pa nanalo yung
syempre,
Gilas
hinipe
is
na natin to last episode Nag-draft tayo for this one. So, pag-usapan natin yung start ng UAAP. The first 2 games for each team has actually concluded. So, pag-usapan lang natin kung ano yung mga dakdak and laklak moments ng UAAP so far. Siguro start tayo sa laklak, pare.
Ang kailangang lumaklak sa ngayon nitong UST team kasi may nakita nga tayong headline na nagbago lang daw sa kanila yung hairstyle kahit na si Coach Pidu yung naging coach. Pero their first 2 games against UE and Adamson, I'd say that these are the 2 games wherein they had the best chance of getting a W to end their 13-game losing streak dating back to the previous season. And even if you look at the game against Adamson, kahit tingnan mo lang yung highlights, kung mapapansin mo, halos lahat ng baskets nila unassisted or puro hero ball. Nagkataon lang talaga na nagagawa ni na Nick Cabanyero at Miguel Pangilinan yung mga shots nila. And it doesn't get any easier for the team. Their next game is LaSalle and then the rest of the field. And I don't see them winning another game in the first round. Kaya kailangan yung lumaklak. Yun lang.
Yeah, similarly, I was expecting more from UST. Siguro ang major na medyo gumulat sa akin, hindi naglalaro si SJ Moore. So, isa yun sa mga, one of the highly touted rookies. Kaya inaabangan ko how he will perform in the college basketball scene. Pero we have yet to see him in terms of minutes. Very limited pa.
Yeah, parang mas ginagamit pa si Mark Limit na of course homegrown din ng UST, but from people saying na dark horse for Rookie of the Year to not playing in such a crucial and tight game against Adamson, hopefully he gets more minutes soon.
Yes. So
hopefully
we get to see more of Moore in the coming games.
And meron pa bang ibang team na ayun, kailangan lumaklak? And I have to say DLSU. I watched the game yesterday live and the game was theirs. In the third quarter, they built up a lead as much as 9. They were forcing 24-second shot clock violations. They were forcing the Blue Eagles to commit turnovers in the backcourt. But then, in the fourth quarter, they collapsed. Parang hindi yun yung Lasal na kinakatakutan. Kasi with Nelly, Kiambao, and all of their talent, they were expected to win yesterday, honestly, even as an Ateneo fan. takot ako sa Lasal kahapon. Yun, tinalo lang nila talaga yung sarili nila kahapon.
Yeah, I mean, the way they played the first 3 quarters, nawala lahat yun pagdating ng fourth. I don't know what happened, if it was maybe they were outcoached in some way or another. But then again, parang nagmuka, actually term to nung isang kaibigan natin, parang nagmukhang yung Lasal pa yung mas maraming rookies than Ateneo.
To think na napakaraming rookie ng Ateneo, yun nga, parang wala silang experience sa clutch. Well, yun, that's surprising for Lasal. And at least inamin naman ni Coach Topex na sa kanya yung talo na yun for the poor end game coaching and game plan against Tab Baldwin and the Eagles.
So Coach Topex 1-1. Lasal 1-0 kasi kay Coach Topex na yung talo.
Ayun. And yun yun, they really expected the win. Kasi kahapon lahat na ng energy ng crowd nasa kanila, yung bench nila pumped up. Tapos yung Ateneo walang kalatoy-latoy. Parang may lineup pa yung Ateneo na sobrang nagdududa ko. Ba't ito yung lineup ni Tab na walang makascore, puro 24-second violation. Pero ang ginawa ng Lasal, they didn't go for the finishing kick. They didn't kill off the game. And giving Ateneo a sliver of hope will only do bad things for your team. Siguro ang play na nag-encapsulate nito is yung labang sila ng Sham, nakuha ni Joaquin Manuel yung rebound, pinapapush siya ni Topex Robinson, pero he slowed down the ball, got a ball screen, faded away, natapal ni Obasa. Wala sa mid-range, tapos nakuha ng Ateneo. Sa next possession, parang na-force out of bounds, naka-inbound, naka-shoot si Kun, na down to 7. And yun yung nag-change ng tide. Parang nawala na, narattle na sila. 30 points na tuloy sa fourth yung Ateneo. Yun.
Medyo nawala yung puso nila nung end game. So, nung fourth quarter, parang nawala yung puso nung Lasal. Siguro, I think, si Evanelli, kitang-kita naman natin yung puso. Hindi lang dito sa game na to, pero even sa outside basketball. Pero ibang usapan na yun.
Pero kung ang Lasal lumalaklak ngayon, kitang-kita naman sa picture natin ngayon na Ateneo dumadakdak. Kasi ilang dakdak din yun.
Akala ko anong picture yung pag-uusapan natin pero sige.
Nakalimang dakdak sila, none more memorable than this Chris Kuhn poster on Mike Phillips. And it's a really great bounce back win for Ateneo. Parang people were quick to write them off after losing to NU in such a convincing fashion in their first game. But for them to come out with guns blazing, they even led by 8 to start the game. Tapos for them to have that finishing kick and kill off Lasal with the help of Kai Balungay, Chris Kuhn, and Mason Amos, they'll be really happy with their performance.
Yeah.
Ano mo masasabi mo sa performance ng Ateneo?
Well, it was a pleasant surprise. I mean, knowing how we lost some key players who actually led the team from last year. So, nagulat ako in terms of us being able to compete and actually beat a team which is considered even until now as favorites. So, yun, from our end naman, there are some players na who have actually stepped up and sobrang nakakatawa din na makita na how they have actually grown from last year.
Tsaka may kita mo na may laban which was missing from their first game. And we hope it continues as Ateneo fans na magpatuloy sa next game nila sa Adamson and for the rest of the season. Kasi yun lang naman hinahanap ni Tab na lumaban sila. And yun, as fans, yun lang din naman hinahanap natin. Lalo na't kahapon, parang ang daming hindi nanood. As in, ang daming empty seats talaga. Di ko alam kung dahil lang ba Wednesday, dahil ba natalo sa first game ng Ateneo. Pero hindi na ganun ng ka-hype yung Ateneo Lasal, and hopefully yung win ng Ateneo kahapon brings back the crowd, brings back the hype for what is actually a really talented team.
Yeah.
So, and
And in terms of Lasal, actually, makita natin na parang, ewan ko, parang feeling ko, nakulangan ako lalo na nung fourth quarter sa ball movement. So, kailangan lang mas mag-orchestrate ng offense ni Evanelli. So, I guess, more movement, parang kiti-kiti.
and speaking of ball
Not,
movement,
not intended, sorry.
and speaking of ball movement, what's impressed me after the first two games, the ball movement of another team that is worthy of the duck uh, reaction, and that's NU. Na, grabe, first two wins against Ateneo and FEU. Although the second game against FEU, you could say that FEU had a chance at the end, but you could see the poise of NU, especially this guy, Kian Baclan. He hit the crucial shot at the end to keep FEU at bay. And sana makita na rin ng ibang teams na malalim itong NU na to.
Sobra, pare.
Wala silang superstar talaga na uy, kaya niyang magbuhat ng team mag-isa. But this NU is beyond 10 deep. Ibang kumo si Baclan, Steve Nash Enriquez. Ibang kumo si Figueroa, Patrick Yu. Ibang kumo si Omar John, nandiyan si Palacielo, tsaka si Padrones. Eh, this team will definitely make a lot of noise, and I hope that they put up a great fight or they even win or they make a game out of their next game against the other undefeated team, which is UP. So, yun.
Yeah. So, ako, ang pleasant surprise ko as much as I am also a fan of Kian Baclaan. Pare yung Steve Nash Enriquez, biglang nagka-shooting. Nagulat ako doon, bro. Akala ko dati Fast and Furious lang siya na parang Muggsy Bogues na didire-diretso lang. Pero pare, grabe. Speedy Claxton. Pero grabe nung nakita ko na, pare, he worked on his, on his shooting. So, it's definitely a big plus.
And it's such a luxury for Jeff Napa to have these 2 point guards na kung maalat si Kian, sige, Steve Nash. Kung maalat din si Steve Nash, dyan si Don Lim. Na napakalalim talaga ng NU and it's coming together for them and I hope they keep it up against the other
And
teams.
we have actually to give huge props to Coach Jeff Napa, I think. Iba yung system na nirarun niya. It actually reminds me, actually, I see NU as a more talented Ateneo. So it would really just come down to who would be the better in terms of coaching if ever they do face each other again, whether it be the second round or in the final four eventually.
Ayan. And yun, we're excited to see the next games. Lalo na this Saturday, may quadruple header sa Araneta. So, yun. We'll see where this UAP season
Yes,
goes.
sobrang exciting ng UAP season ngayon. I think currently, although my favorites, walang sure or clear cut na mananalo ng UAAP title this season.
And last but not least,
sorry,
dapat
kaya natin
pag-usapan rin natin
lang
to.
yung apat na dakdak or laklak kasi the others are actually performing in terms of how we actually expected them to perform.
And speaking of dakdak o laklak, para sa inyo, dakdak o laklak ba itong hairstyle na to ni Jimmy Butler for Press Day? For me,
sige, kaya mo yan, pare.
For me, laklak. Parang unpopular opinion, pero wala, ang papansin lang, parang alam naman niya na well, eventually tatanggalin din naman niya unless talagang pumasok siya sa season na ganyan yung buhok. Sige, bahala ka sa trip mo, pero mukha kang lalaklak sa
Ako, I would take the other route and I would say dakdak to, pare. Although mukha siya nakalaklak. Pero dakdak siya for me just because it provides a little bit of entertainment, especially it's the off season. So parang besides the trades that have happened, there's nothing to look forward to. So siguro in the next coming seasons, isa na yan sa abangan. So ano na si Jimmy Butler this year. So, sana umabot sa point na sobrang dami na niyang personalities. Tapos gawa na siya ng movie. Hindi naman. Pero umabot sa ganon na sobrang dami na niyang personalities and nakakatuwa lang na pinaglalaroan niya. He's having fun kasi alam naman natin kung gaano siya ka-seryoso when it comes to the season. So yun, ang daming memes. Sige, mamaya daanan natin yung each meme.
Ito na ba natin? Wala na ata tayo.
Na lang natin mamaya.
Ayun. So, I hope, yun nga, actually, other than the UAAP returning on this Saturday, actually at this time ata or in the next few days, simula na rin yung preseason ng NBA. So, abangan din natin yan. And for our next episodes, expect another episode that's similar to one of our previous ones, yung draft.
Yes.
So, we'll just look at kung ano yung mga pwede naming gawa ng draft. And
mag-draft tayo ng Jimmy Butler looks, gano'n.
Pag-isipan natin yan. Or kung meron ba tayong mapag-uusapan na dagdag o laklak in the future. So,
sige. If meron kayong any comments, guys, any episodes or any topics you would want us to tackle, comment down below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, ring that notification bell, and then subscribe and follow our pages. Dakdakan Podcast lang.
Thank you.
Thank you, guys.
Till next time.
Miami Chemical Romance.
Ball out, boy.
Peace out.